And it's some big news that we are tracking at the moment. A Zoom meeting app not safe platform for video conferencing, says the central government. The government issues guidelines to those who still want to use the app. Zoom app has issues relating to privacy and as well as security. This is the latest that we are tracking at the moment. Now, what we do during the lockdown, how we carry out our work really becomes an important question, with more and more companies and firms shifting to the Zoom app to really carry out their meetings and conferences. It has now been unearthed that this whole app itself is unsafe. The Zoom meeting app is not a safe platform for video conference. The government today has said issuing a set of guidelines for the safety of private users who still would like to use Zoom for private purpose. For more on this, I'm being joined in by my colleague Neha from the newsroom. Neha, it almost seems as though we need a better replacement because companies are still going to have conferences and meetings that will have to be held. So what's the alternate like, and what are the kind of guidelines that have been given out by the government if in case people still want to go ahead and use this particular app?
Right. Others, the Ministry of Home Affairs on Thursday has said that the Zoom app very explicitly, in fact, mentioned that the Zoom app is not secure and must not be used at least by the government offices, and also has issued a guidelines for the private ones, asking them to be more vigilant while they are at it, while they are using the app. Now, having said that, there was a statement. Let me just read it out as it is for all our viewers. The MHA advisory has said that Zoom is not a safe platform, and advisory of certain on the same dated the 6th of February 2020 and March 30th 2020 may kindly be referred. These advisory are available on certain website. That's what the advisory has said. These are the few things that people can perhaps, as I mentioned earlier as well, so the people who the government offices have been all in all banned from, they've been barred from using this app, but while the private ones are at it, so what possibly can they do to make sure that their valuable data is not at risk? So this is what exactly they need to do: prevent unauthorized entry in the conference room, prevent an unauthorized participant to carry out malicious on the terminals of others in the conference, avoid DOS attack by restricting users through password and access grants. Most of the settings can be done by logging into user's Zoom account at website or installed applications at PC, laptop, phone, or whatever you have, and also during conduct of conference. However, certain settings and are possible through certain model channel only. The Chinese might be stealing our valuable data, they might be eavesdropping, but strictly a speculation, no confirmation on it yet. But why take the risk anyway? Work from home, of course, is an ideal choice at this point of time. Several people, as I was mentioning, have opted from work from home. They have been using these apps. Several colleges are conducting their online classes via this particular app. Now that the cat is out of the bag, the MHA itself has mentioned that this app is not certainly advisable to be used by people on a larger scale. So it is always advisable to not, because there are several other online websites as well that one can take possibly to make sure that they're getting their work done. But when it comes to the Zoom app, let me also, quote the Zoom founder, who himself has apologized for the privacy and security issues on Zoom bombing being reported in the app. So there are certainly, certain questions that need to be asked at this point of time that the owner, the founder of this particular app also needs to answer, come out in the public and give out a clarity as to why is it that the Zoom bombing, as he would like to call it, as he calls it, is happening. But largely, as I've been saying throughout, that the government offices have been barred. The private ones certainly need to keep all of these things in mind if at all they are going ahead to use this app.